Hi, this is Noah from screenprintexchange.com, place to sell your used screen printing equipment and find out repairs and tutorials and things. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Today's episode is going to be about solid state relays. You see these all the time on infrared dryers and spot dryers, even sometimes like quartz dryers. And basically it tells, it says, oh, I reached a certain temperature, turn off, or it's gone to be not hot enough, turn back on. So, and sometimes we're going to do less sometimes these are controlled by PLCs, and you'll see this now with M&Rs like new Sprints and such. And basically, there'll be a thermocouple. Let's say this is a thermocouple, but it's not. And this is from my furnace, but something like that. It'll detect if it's too hot, it reached temperature or didn't reach temperature, and the PLC will send a signal, which will be DC, volts DC to here. This will connect here, and then the light will turn on here, and this is normally open, meaning no electricity going through. That will engage these to close the circuit, so electricity to turn on the heat or your IR panel or similar devices. And this is a high amp unit. This goes up to 75 amps, 230 volt. So, and dryers are very, they take up a lot of electricity, and there could be banks of these for each IR panel you have. And usually this has its own heat sink, by the way. It's right here. It's like a piece of copper or bronze, not bronze, I always get that one, or brass. I can tell because I scratched it. But usually this is connected to an aluminum heat sink, and when you replace this, you have to put a thermal paste around it, behind it. It's usually white, and then you secure it, because that transfers the heat better than just straight on. So, and these often overheat because they're turning off and on thousands of times a day, and you'll often see frayed wires like this, and this is when you get rid of them. I did a video on bag connectors recently. Look at that. This does happen on connectors from here and even to your IR panels. So when you work on these, turn off electricity, because this could be on your IR panel and it could be arcing, and it's dangerous. So this is usually like a stainless steel or a thick copper connector, and they do wear out from heat. Heat is a villain for electronics. Always had the fans on, but look at it. It got brittle. The wires get brittle. See how easy that's to bend? And this one is not easy to bend. I had one somewhere else. So how these are also turned on are through cube relays. It signals from here, sends a signal here, turns on, and that goes on. So, but for the most part, for electric dryers, they use a temperature control, and this one's not for sale because it's damaged. I think this came off an old M&R Omni flash cure. So basically, this is tied to a thermocouple, not this furnace one, but similar. Inside your IR panel or underneath it, and this senses temperature. It reaches the 800 degrees or whatever you set it at. This senses it, sends a signal to tell this to turn off. And this is usually programmed by M&R, and this controls like when to turn on, when to turn off. It's kind of like a PLC, but it's not. It's more like a relay, a different type of relay. On or off basically is how electricity works. So, but also, say you want 800 degrees, and now your dryer went down to 790. This will send signal to this. This will send DC to here and here. A2 is negative, A1 is positive volts DC. When those two connect, when you get power to both of these, this light will turn on and open up and close this circuit. This is a closed circuit. In closed circuits, typically, here's an open circuit. It looks like a door. See? Electricity cannot flow. It stops here. But a closed circuit goes like this. Normally open, you'll see NO. Normally open. I'm going to put circles here. Okay, this swings this way, that way. But it's in the normally open. Okay, normally closed. So that is electricity can go through. That's when this goes down. Sometimes when you want to turn something that's on, you would have it normally closed. But these are usually normally open, so electricity doesn't flow through. And so like this would be normally closed is when you have your refrigerator. No, normally open would be like when you're, no, I can't say that either. Your refrigerator door, when you open, the light turns on. So it is normally open when the lever is down. And then when you open the refrigerator, it closes. It's hard to explain. Anyhow, delete that part. So these are how the IR panels get power to it. And you can tell when these are bad is either the wires or this gets deformed, this panel. This is solid state, meaning it has circuit boards in it. There's nothing really moving inside of it. Let's see. I'm not selling this one. It's old. And see, this is a cube relay, and it has moving parts. This one does not. Here's the little LED that was in here. This says it has power and it doesn't have power. So you can see if it's working. You also do voltages from here to here. See if electricity is going through that. And this one, you can't repair these really at all. And they usually have like an epoxy inside of it. So when they're done, they're done. So always have extras of these, and have extras of these connectors and this wire, because this is very common to repair. So you can see that the lugs are smaller here because this is low amp 24 volt, and this is up to 75 amps on here. So there's some good electronics in here, components. Copper, you see the copper. So, and I scrapped the heat shrink, so goodbye to that. So yeah, that's typically how these things work. And so anyhow, like and subscribe, go to my site, list free things for sale, find out how things work. And if you need help with your machines, call me. 847-877-0447. If you're in the Midwest, I can come out, or I can do it over the phone. I usually do a diagnosis thing before I come on out, because people don't know how to check fuses sometimes. And I have a video on how to do that. So, and it's basically a continuity tester for $10. You get at Ace Hardware. So I'll go through that with you, and for a minimal cost, you can see what's going on. Thank you, and bye.